Obviously, we bought the Sixers in 2011. We paid $280 million. We bought the Devils in 2013. We paid $330 million. We bought Palace in 2015. We paid 225 million pounds. And then, I set the record for, I always say my credentials as a value investor are shattered. I set the record of the most expensive price ever paid for a sports team in history at just under $6 billion for the Commanders less than 2 years ago. But look, I think that what drives the valuation of sports is the massive media tailwind. So obviously, we own in all the major sports. We own in a lot of the major sports and the major leagues. And what you find is that they're incredible businesses. And what's driving them is they're going from being live entertainment businesses to media businesses. And so, 17 million people watch an average NFL football game. I don't know I think the ratings probably approached 40 million. I know that in the playoff game against Detroit, they were north of 30 million people in the U.S. So that's 10% of the country. And so 93 of the top 100 shows are NFL football games. And in the NBA, right, more people in many cases watch the Sixers in China as do in Philly, right? So I think that you're seeing this globalization of media content, and people now can get media anywhere they want on their phone, on their tablet. And so they want to watch the best players in the world, right? So we happen to have the best players in the world in these leagues, and so you're seeing this massive growth in revenue. And also you have leagues in the U.S., some of the international leagues less so, right, where they're structured. They have CBAs where there's a percentage split with the players and there's a prescribed amount. And so therefore the value creation opportunity is there. And that even is the case if you go all in and you, in essence, fulfill your stewardship for a city, right? And like you can go into the luxury tax and you can spend a lot and you can create a great stadium, but the media uplift is so great that you get paid back. And so sports has been an amazing investment. I think it's going to continue. Mm-hmm. Everyone thought that the NFL was frothy when I did it. And now you're seeing private equity investing in the NFL at north of $8 billion. So our deal looks good. And I'd say that I would say there are three things. One is this media thing. The second is scarcity value. The reality is that there's only 30 or 32 or 20, depending on the league, of these teams, and people want to own them, right? And they're ultimately somewhere between a business in terms of valuation and a Basquiat or beachfront real estate. And then the last thing, obviously, is the entrance of private equity, which we can talk about.
Yeah.
That's going to push up value. So, look, I think there's a lot of tailwind. If you look at the NBA deal that they just struck, the average annual AAV, annual value of that deal, is about 2.5 times greater than the last deal. And so that's creating a lot of tailwind. And, you saw the major tech companies getting into the ecosystem. And so we could talk about that as well, but there's demand there for this media content.
Yeah.